So for Synth Wizards 7, we needed a part that demonstrates a Tubon, which is a strange little keyboard thing that was made in Sweden in 1966, I believe. And the rumor has it that Paul McCartney actually used that thing to do the intro to Strawberry Fields Forever. Now, obviously, the intro on the recorded final version of the song was not a Tubon. In fact, it was the most famous example of Mellotron sound out there. They used the Mellotron flutes to do the intro to Strawberry Fields. So what I wanted to demonstrate in this segment was to actually play it on the Tubon, see how it sounded kind of cheesy, and then crossfade that into the real sound of the Mellotron flutes. So in order to do this, I needed a sample of the Tubon, which was a crazy tubular instrument that was made in Sweden in 1966. And there just aren't any around. Where do you get a Tubon sample? Well, fortunately, a fella named Dan Wilson of Hideaway Studio in the UK had a Tubon. He was rebuilding it, and in the process of that refurbishment, he took a lot of great pictures and actually did a audio demo of it. And so what I did was I took an ASR-10, took his audio demo, sampled it right into the ASR-10, and then just found a sustaining note where I could make a single note sample of that. And I have that here. Now I'm playing him on the Ensoniq TS12, which fortunately loads ASR-10 sounds. And so here's his Tubon. Kind of a cheesy sounding little thing, but whatever. The other mystery is the Tubon was a monophonic instrument, and so how did Paul McCartney do the intro to Strawberry Fields, which is chords? How did he do it on a monophonic instrument? I don't know. Maybe he did a demo of it one note at a time. Maybe it's an internet rumor, whatever. But Paul McCartney actually did own a Tubon. There's actually photographs of him playing one, so at least that part is real for sure. And then somehow, supposedly, it went from Tubon to Mellotron flutes for the final recording. I also have Mellotron flute samples in here. So that's a really famous Mellotron sound, and we actually got a real Mellotron and sampled these flutes. This was like a decade or so ago, but these are great samples, and they really have that neat character to them. So what I did was I took the Tubon sample, I just recorded a sequence playing the intro to Strawberry Fields Forever, and then I first played it on the Tubon, played back the sequence using the Tubon, and then I simply just changed sounds to the Mellotron flutes and played that back. And then Eddie here in the studio at Syntaur, Eddie actually recorded those and then did a crossfade on them, and I'll let him take over and tell you how that was done.
All right, we're gonna make this cut here using Pro Tools 10, and we're just gonna basically crossfade from one sound into the other. And with Pro Tools, it just makes it so easy to just throw fades on and go from one to another. And let's see how this works out. Pretty smooth.